What's up, Dunwoody? Welcome back to the podcast. It's all about Dunwoody, Georgia. Was that a good intro, Mark?
Yeah, it's okay.
Not too bad.
I love that intro.
There you go. Okay. As somebody with a podcast.
That's
but
right.
Our podcast, this podcast, What's Up, Dunwoody, is brought to you by Dr. Brett Friedman from Village Orthodontics. Fixes your teeth, fixes your kids' teeth, and you're off and running. Get started this summer so the kids don't have to go back to school with tight braces. Mark is here with, yeah, that's true, with Discover Dunwoody. I've done that plug before.
Yeah, I was going to say that just rolled off of your tongue. I was impressed.
Thanks. I say it in my sleep. So Mark Galvin is here. He's the director of marketing with Discover Dunwoody. I'm always surprised how many people don't know what Discover Dunwoody is and like what exactly you guys do. And it was because I had no idea when we first recorded the podcast 4 years ago with you guys, just what you do in the community. So let's get off on that, and you kind of just give a brief overview over Discover Dunwoody.
Sounds good. So, have you ever heard of the Atlanta Convention and Visitors Bureau, Matt? Yeah. So that's what we are, but for Dunwoody, right? So we don't actually call ourselves a Convention and Visitors Bureau because we don't book conventions. And we really don't have people coming to Dunwoody for vacation. Now, I may be wrong, but it's not a vacation spot, right? So what we're technically, the real description of us is we are a destination marketing organization, or we'll call ourselves a DMO. But the long and the short of it is our job is to get people to stay in our hotels, promote our shopping and our retail, and really just bring in visitors to drive economic development. And by doing that, we also provide jobs. And so when you sit here in the office and we talk about why do we do what we do, it's to provide jobs. So if we're doing our job well, more people can come into Dunwoody, or residents of Dunwoody can get jobs in Dunwoody and put food on the table. It's pretty cool.
Okay. Yeah, and so you guys go really niche too, which is always surprising. That Daffodil Festival, is that what it's called, or Daffodil Convention?
Yeah,
it was black bowlers. I didn't know that was such a niche
the National
thing,
Bowling Association, which by the way, they brought 4,000 room nights to Dunwoody. Unbelievable, right? So
good for y'all.
Our hotels did well. The staffs there got lots of tips while they were here. And they're coming back. They had a good experience. So
where do you find leads like that? Like that's how I think, I guess. Like, how do you find these bowlers to come to Dunwoody?
Great question. So we do have a sales team here at Discover Dunwoody. Mike Jackson, he goes by MJ, and Treasure Wilson they're our sales team. They go out and find these organizations through lead gen programs, and without getting in the weeds, there are organizations or systems that you can subscribe to that'll get you leads.
Okay.
And there are programs that we get involved in, national associations, local associations that'll also send us leads. So they're involved in everything. In fact, this week right now, I think they're in Minneapolis, right, with Meeting Professionals International. They went to the Society of Government Meeting Planners. Government's a big, that is a great segment for us. We get a lot of business from the government segment. So we go to those associations, we meet meeting planners there and talk them into coming to Dunwoody.
Okay. So you say, you're coming to Atlanta. We're just a little bit outside of Atlanta. Probably a little bit cheaper, I would think, and easier to get around.
You want a job? That's exactly, there it is, right?
That's kind of what I do, yeah.
We'll hook in some other things that are important we ask the questions. Like, it's kind of like when you're going to sell somebody a house, they're coming in, you're going to ask them, what's important? Do you want to be near a school? Do you want shopping? We ask those same questions, find out what the group is most interested in. And then we find the solution in Dunwoody that works for them. We have 9 hotels. We've got 2,100 rooms in Dunwoody. We find the place that works well for them, and we introduce them to it.
Yeah, and Dunwoody hotels, I mean, we were talking about the other surrounding cities and like how many hotels they have. We have a lot of hotels, and we
do.
I guess a lot of people must stay here. I would have never thought that a few years ago when I first discovered Dunwoody. That was a little repetitive.
That was good. Yeah. It's all good. Keep it up.
But,
That's that branding.
and
Discover Dunwoody.
it brings a lot of money in. So
You know,
you're a necessary business.
you almost said evil. You were so close, right? We are, and so this is important to know. We are not funded by the Dunwoody residents. All of our funding comes from the hotel tax. So every room, every hotel room that is occupied in Dunwoody, they pay a tax and we get a portion of that tax. That's how we're funded. And then we take that money, we go out and find new business to come into Dunwoody. And we do other things, like we get involved in the community. We're a sponsor of the 4th of July parade, as an example, right? And so we will get involved and help things in the community succeed. We're involved with Sproul. We are an annual partner of the Dunwoody Nature Center. So we do take some of those funds and reinvest them into the community as well.
Yeah.
But yeah,
but I feel like that's kind of a newer thing. I feel like 4 years ago it was more about bringing people in, and so it's nice to see. It's nice to see you guys switch up and kind of steal part of my thunder.
Well, so
as the hype guy for Dunwoody.
Yeah, we love that, and you know what? This is why we're joining you, and we had you in the studio here. We interviewed you not recently, but one of the things, and this is something we're very proud of, we just had the best month in our hotels in the history of Dunwoody just last month. So we're doing really well in finding new business, like those 4,000 rooms for the National Bowling Association. That had a huge impact on that month. So the things that we're doing between our sales guys, our sales teams going out and finding new business, and the way we market. So, for example, again, I told you before, nobody's coming to Dunwoody for a vacation, right? Mm-hmm. They may come in the holidays and shop, but what they're really doing is the bulk of the business that stays in our hotels are these companies that here in Dunwoody, right? Between IHG and Insight Global and State Farm and Cox Enterprises and you name it, right? That VMware, these organizations that are in the perimeter area are using our hotels. And so what we do is we spend a lot of marketing dollars trying to reach those business travelers through, their apps on their phone. Just saying, hey, stay in Dunwoody. And people don't know where Dunwoody begins and ends, right? Did you know the Westin's not in Dunwoody, right? Yeah. The King and Queen, that's Sandy Springs. So we need people to come to the Dunwoody side and stay in our 9 hotels. And that's what we spent a lot of time focusing on that.
And it'd be cool if you had like a kind of like a tour service, or maybe like a trolley bus or something, and you could kind of take people around the city.
Did you read the show notes? So before we get there, because that's a good hook, we're going to talk about a trolley. We should talk about the 4th of July parade.
Okay.
But there was a thought. I know what I want to say. Our hotels are doing well. We're achieving that mission. And so now we're pivoting to do more in the community, which there's a transition. Let's do some more in the community. So can I say the first time ever? I don't know. Have we been in the 4th of July parade before?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, cool. A small part of it.
All right. So we're rejoining the 4th of July parade. We are renting a trolley. This is so cool. We're going to get this cool trolley, and we're going to have the Discover Dunwoody team on it and others, right? We're going to have hoteliers on the trolley. So anybody in the travel space is welcome to join us. And we're going to hand out, as we trolley our way up the parade route, we're going to be giving away these things. So the brand new Dunwoody sticker, you got to have these on your cars. And Matt, you put one of these on your car yet?
Not yet.
What? How many of these do I got to give you before we stick one on the car?
Stickers on my car is just. I'll put them somewhere else. It's definitely going to be on my computer for sure.
Okay, all right. So here's what you're thinking. I don't think I want to stick this on my car because I don't want to try to get it off. These things are removable. They are really nicely made, so they go on really easily. They come off easily. Don't put it on.
I didn't mean to rip on your.
Put it on your window. You're breaking my heart here, right? These are for the car. We want people driving around Atlanta saying, "I'm from Dunwoody. I am. Look at my cool car. I live in Dunwoody." So we're going to hand these out. We got a gazillion of these. We'll be handing these out on the parade route, and we're going to.
And then you're going to have somebody else following afterwards, scraping them off stop signs that all the kids pop them on.
Well,
The
fortunately,
trolley
they're
bus.
removable.
You're gonna have to.
They're why are you going there, dude?
That's
These
all right.
are
I'm a
people
bug
can
killer.
only stick these on their cars.
It's
Actually,
early in the morning.
we do have a special adhesive on these. They only stick to cars. If you try to put them on your computer, they don't stick.
All
So
right,
only
enough
for
about
cars.
the stickers. Moving on. Sorry about the. Tell us about the ball.
So we're going to be throwing these. Oh, wait a minute.
No,
Can
you'll
I
be
throw?
handing them out. You cannot throw things. Everybody, listen up. During the parade, you cannot throw things from your vehicle.
But
You can hand them out.
these are the coolest.
I don't care if they're cushioned.
They're like, look, they
No.
don't hurt. No,
can
I'm
hand
kidding.
them out.
We're not going to throw them.
You can roll
You have
them.
told us before. So, but these are pool balls, right? You can take these to the pool and and have a lot of fun. Play the games that you play with small balls to the pool. So we're going to be handing out a bunch of these too. So look for us.
That
We'll
is
be
the
handing those
best
out on the parade.
advertising from the parade. Thomas I Group used to do these little eyeballs. They were like little tennis ball size, and they were
sweet.
But they looked like little eyeballs, and they would throw them out. And kids had them at the pool for
They threw them?
years.
They were throwing them.
Sorry. Just contradicted myself. No, but people held on to them forever, and it just said Thomas I Group on them. It's great advertising.
That is, I am hoping that the homeowners associations that run the pools are cussing us because they're like, oh, these Dunwoody balls are all over the place. That'd make me very.
Clog up the filters.
That's right.
And,
well,
well,
fortunately,
pools
they're
are big. I mean, pools are big here in Dunwoody. That's
Yeah.
Neighborhoods are big, and the pool scene is a big deal here.
And
So,
and
good
we
thing.
do know, and you understand, you're a brand kind of guy. It is as often as we can get this brand in front of people, we remind people to stay in Dunwoody, right?
Yep.
Go to discoverdunwoody.com, which is on the back of the ball. It's at the top of the little sticker, discoverdunwoody.com. Go to our website. You can find hotels. You've got somebody coming in to visit. You're looking for a hotel. Go discoverdunwoody.com/hotels. You can see what hotels are in Dunwoody. So
I've
that
really
is
enjoyed
we're
your
excited about that.
YouTube page. Your YouTube page is great recently. Your channel.
Well, and that's it's really interesting. We are, and thanks for bringing that up, by the way. So we do have a YouTube channel. We interview folks that are from Dunwoody. Actually, we've had people from outside Dunwoody that we think our audience can learn something new from. And it's not about travel. It's not like, hey, let's talk about the hotels in Dunwoody, which are important. But we bring in really cool folks to talk about what they do.
It's very similar to this show, really.
Actually, what we do is every time somebody is on your show, we call them and say, come to the real show. No,
I do the same things, though.
But the goal there is to provide great content, get that Discover Dunwoody branding in front of folks. So they just trying to drive people to our website as best as we can. So the trolley. The same trolley, that famous trolley, the world famous trolley that you're going to see on the 4th of July, we're going to use once a month and do a Rediscover Dunwoody tour. See, we did get back there.
Yeah, good job. Bring it back around.
Here's what we want to do. We are interested in providing our frontline hoteliers, so the front desk, bell stand, servers that are interacting with guests. We want them to know Dunwoody better. And we're going to have this trolley once a month. Matt's going to host it. He's going to be the guy with the microphone at the front of the trolley, saying, "And here we've got the village."
I don't think you want that.
Oh, I don't.
No, that's kind of scary.
I'll feed you for free.
Okay, all right.
Food,
no, I
drink.
think that's really smart because the people, when you come into the city, the first person that you talk to is going to be at the front desk of the hotel. And you're going to say,
Absolutely.
hey, where's the best burger? And that random dude that's helping you might not have ever been to NFA, or you might not have ever, known where to send the people to, especially that perimeter area. Like I had a bunch of real estate guests come into town, a bunch of real estate agents that all stayed at one of the hotels, and we walked through Perimeter Mall's parking lot to go to the different places, and it was so cool.
Right.
So there's a lot of good stuff around there.
And it's easy to forget what's here, right? Mm-hmm. And the problem is I love a burger, so I know of all the burger joints in Dunwoody.
Right.
What if somebody asks me for a pizza place and I'm just not a pizza guy, right? I need to know where the good pizza places are. And so this will be a great way to let everybody see it. And we may have people that are working in the hotels that are not from Dunwoody. You know, they
Right,
may
most
take
of them.
MARTA up and may
Yeah.
not know. So we're going to do it once a month. The plan is currently once a month. And the first month we'll do the perimeter area, so the perimeter mall, Ashford Lane, which is, if you haven't been to Ashford Lane, that place is awesome.
It is.
They've rejigged everything there. They've got brand new outlets they've opened up, and that green space they have is great. But we'll do the whole perimeter area, and then the next month we'll do a route around the village. And then the third month, we're going to go to Brook Run and Jet Ferry so that we can break this down. Now, we may kind of press this into 2 places in 1 month. We are hatching this as we speak. So I do
idea.
reserve the right to change it some way, but we're definitely doing it. And it's open to residents. So if you wanted to join us, go to our website. You'll be able to find a place where you can first come, first serve, sign up. About 25 slots per month. We're going to see how it goes. And if we need to do it more often, we'll do it more often. But there is no cost. This is one of the things that we can do that we want to do for the community. We think it's like, you mentioned this. You could have somebody that's considering moving to Dunwoody. You could put them on this little trolley tour, let them go around, see Dunwoody, get a sense for what we do have to offer, and potentially get them to move here. That would be cool.
Great idea. That's what all my realtor buddies are doing now. They're all on YouTube being like, this is Dunwoody, this is Sandy Springs, and telling about the area. Be easy to just be like, hey, hop on Mark's bus.
Yeah,
I'll show you
and
around.
see it firsthand. And, we're going to have some places that join us for that'll give us some free food. And, I love hawkers over at Ashford Lane. It'd be so much fun if we could pull up there. You jump off the trolley, you walk up, and you've got little samples of their food
taster.
that the participants can enjoy. That would be cool.
Yeah.
So
Great idea.
we're excited about that. So what else are you? So
What else are you excited about? I
Matt.
know assembly is something that you mentioned in the past.
Yeah. So
I know
Matt,
you're amped up about that.
tell us about you.
No, we're not going to do
Right.
that this time. We'll do that next time. You can
That was
interview
going to
me
be the
next
point of this, right? I'm interviewing you. No.
Well, people hear enough about me. If you listen to the show, you know enough about me. You want to hear from the guest.
That's probably a good point.
Tell us about assembly. You guys took a behind-the-scenes tour of assembly the other day.
Yeah. What is assembly, right? I mean, some folks may
something you
not
tell us.
know yet, right? Assembly Atlanta is a new studio that's opening, and they're putting the finishing touches on it now. So we're in the middle of June. There is a writer's strike. The Screen Actors Guild is probably going to strike because, well, they want to support the writers. So we're going to go through that piece. We're looking about 45-ish, be a little squishy there if I may, more days of that strike. And once that's over, assembly will be done. And so they're launching 19 brand new sound stages. And then they've got Third Rail Studios already there, open and running, that they also own. So they're going to, and there's 3 there, right? Third Rail Studios, 3. So they'll have 22 studios, sound stages there. And something that's really important, you hear about it like, okay, great, they're building a sound stage. The sound stages in LA are, no joke, hundreds of years old, right? These are really old sound stages. They've got to update technology all the time. These are brand spanking new, made to spec out for what modern productions need. They got 40, 50-foot ceilings. I don't even know why. I just know this. You go to one of those sound stages, you look up like, holy moly, that's
cool.
way up there.
My buddy used to run third rail, and he took us on a tour, and I mean, they're massive, and the stuff they build in there is cool.
Did they have the whole house in one of the studios when you were there?
No, it was right after that. They probably do it a lot of times. They were shaking it.
I was blown away. I went on a tour. They had an entire house built in a soundstage. It was just incredible to see what they do there. So yeah, I mean, they don't go in and throw up. Well, I don't throw up green screens and just make up the background, but they're amazing. So 19 there. They're talking about 4,000 to 5,000 people on site every day working.
And I know you guys are excited about that, staying in them staying in your hotels, hopefully.
I mean, think about this. I mean, out of 5,000 people, let's say, are there. A lot of those are probably not in town. So where are they going to stay? And you look at that area. Well, there's not a lot of hotels in Doraville. They could go south into that Tucker, Decatur area. Again, not a lot of hotels. They could head north up Peachtree Boulevard, Peachtree Industrial to Peachtree Corners. Still not a lot of hotels there. Or you come 12 minutes, no joke, it's 12 minutes from there to here, even with traffic, it's 12 minutes. And the bridges are about to open up here on 285, so it's going to be even better. 12 minutes, and you're in the middle of 9 hotels, 2,100 rooms, shopping, restaurants, all the great things we have to offer. This is a great location for them. So we are pushing like crazy. We have a relationship with Assembly Atlanta. Justin and Myra are the 2 key people over there. They're good friends of ours because they need hotels too. And we're excited about the opportunity to bring even more hotel guests to the hotels here, just in the film industry.
Yeah,
And we're
you need to
constantly
get-
looking at ways we can improve that too.
Right. You need to get in their ear about doing the rest of it, because the reason that the listeners here would probably care about it is that they were going to build like an actual, stay, go shopping, big parks and like all this stuff built around those studios. So it's like, you can go there to work, but then there's also areas where you can show up, you can take tours and stuff. And it seems like they put all that off. It kind of
They did.
irritates me,
And welcome to our...
because that's right
current
next to my house.
economy.
I don't think we've said it's at Peachtree Industrial and 285, right there
Right.
at the old GM
Oh,
plant.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, we should have mentioned that. Exactly. And phase 2 will have all that public piece to it.
We'll see.
You will be able to go over to Assembly Atlanta, get into the public side of the studio, and watch them film on the streets, because they're going to have different buildings, will be different parts of the world. And so they'll do a shot, and they're in New York, and they're filming right on the street. You'll be able to stand there and watch that.
They put
or
out
if
some
they wanna be
incredible photos of some of that stuff. Like there's like the New Orleans set, and those aren't sets like inside of a building. They're the building. Like the outside of the building looks like New Orleans or Chicago, or I forgot all of them. But I mean, it's cool.
Well, it was New York, Chicago, and Amsterdam or something like that.
Yeah.
And so they've said this. They're very particular about the way those buildings look because of the quality of our filming equipment. 4K is here, so you'll be able to pick up that that's a fake building.
Right.
So they are making them look. Well, they're real buildings.
Yeah.
They're a little shallow, right? And they have offices and such built in these facades to the studios, but they're going to look great. Yeah, you're right. You're going to be able to go over there and watch this, and there'll be a park, there'll be a green space, there's going to be a theater. It's going to be really cool. We think when they do that, we will see leisure travelers coming to Dunwoody for vacation, because they're going to go to Assembly Atlanta and they're going to spend 2-3 days over there, because they'll have shopping, they're going to have restaurants, you're going to be able to watch a production. So your favorite show, what's being produced at Assembly Atlanta, you'll be able to come to Atlanta, stay in Dunwoody, and go over and watch them film it.
Yeah.
What? That's going to be awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited about Assembly too, and it's definitely. I mean, that Doraville area needs some work, and I feel like if it spreads out, I mean, Chamblee and Dunwoody are doing okay, but that Doraville area, if it could push the nice stuff that direction, that would be great.
Yeah, I think they're going to.
It's going to
be a game changer for them.
Yeah.
Total game changer for them. They're already talking about making some changes on Buford Highway to complement what's going to be happening at Assembly Atlanta. And
Yeah,
we
and it's
all
in a perfect
knew-
spot. It's right there at the end of MARTA, and I mean, you
is,
couldn't find
yeah.
a better spot, and it was sad to watch that space sit there for the last
as long as it
whatever
did.
I've
So
14
surprising.
years that I've been here.
I remember the Falcons were looking at that space, right?
Yeah.
So I'm glad that something's happening there, because it was a bit of an
too.
eyesore, quite
Yep.
frankly. So,
All right. Well,
yeah, we're
enough
excited
about
that.
Assembly. Let's wrap it up with Discover Dunwoody. You guys your office is in the perimeter area, and then how many people do you employ there?
So we have 8 people? 1, 2, 3. I'm sorry to do this. 1,
Are they
2,
all standing there?
3, 4, 5.
This is
Yeah,
awkward.
6, 7, 8.
8 people. Okay.
8. And if you throw in our social media manager, Leah Economos, we've got 9. And she does such a great job with our social
She's
media.
wonderful.
She doesn't actually sit here, but she does great work. Yeah, we're thrilled with her.
Yeah, and I loved. I mean, that's the stuff. That's the kind of stuff that I do is engaging with the community, and that's what I love seeing Discover Dunwoody start to do that because
Sweet.
it used to just be more of a CVB type of thing, and you
Right.
guys are definitely taking more of a stance. They would always do the restaurant week, which was cool, but I mean, you guys have really taken
We
it to
don't
the
do
next
restaurant
level.
week, by the way.
I know.
We got rid of it. It
Should've
was.
brought it up.
It's just we decided to do something different, so we're working on that. So stay tuned. We'll come out with something. And David Abus and I and we've been talking about some different options and that he thinks we should do. And I think that he's, as we all know, we love David.
Yeah.
We're going to come up with something pretty cool, and we're going to incorporate Create Dunwoody in that space too. That'll help us with that activation around restaurants. So stay tuned. More to come there.
Very cool, very cool. Anything else you want to mention? I guess you've already talked about the website. We talked about YouTube.
Yeah, so the website we'd love for everybody to go to because you can go to discoverdunwoody.com. We are always putting in events that are going in Dunwoody. In fact, if you have an event, you can go onto our website, submit the event, and it'll list on our page. So go in there, check out 4th of July. You'll see it's listed because of that submission. And we're also constantly dropping new blogs. We've got a new blog dropping every single week of content that is really helpful. We just dropped one on, wait a minute, is it dropped? It's coming up on dogs in Dunwoody. So where can you take your dog in Dunwoody? We did a series on that, did a blog so that people can see that. That'll be super helpful. I got a dog. I love knowing where I can take my dog to dinner. So so we did that. But check those things out. But the website is the key to all the things that we do to try to help everybody.
Yeah, and you guys, so you got to have the trolley in the parade. You probably have the tent at the end of the parade, I would assume.
We'll do that. Absolutely. Get your Dunwoody sticker.
Yeah, and
Only sticks to cars. Don't try sticking anything else.
I appreciate y'all helping us out with the parade a lot too. I mean, it was
Yeah, man.
You've really made it a lot easier. And are the signs up yet? The
They're there.
PCID
Oh,
area?
dude, I got a
They are?
picture on my phone. I took one as I was going to lunch
This
yesterday.
is breaking news, everybody. We're going to have these beautiful signs all around the PCID area that are going to talk about the parade because that's
As
where
you're
the
driving
visitors.
by. Look
That's
up.
where the visitors are going to be. Like the people. There's certain people that only come. I think I've heard somewhere that our population doubles during the day because everybody shows up at State Farm and the perimeter mall
Wow.
area and that kind of
I
thing.
don't think I knew that.
And so
That's cool.
those signs hopefully will bring some people to the parade.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't know that it's hard to wrap our head around that this parade gets 30,000 participants. That is unbelievable.
Yeah.
So, yeah, very exciting that we can drive some more of those folks that are here in the perimeter side of the city over to the 4th of July parade. That'll be great.
Yeah, so we appreciate it. All right,
You
Mark.
bet, man.
Well, it's nice to have you on for a second time.
Absolutely. Hey, everybody, I did this before, and Matt said I stunk. He's
Yeah,
like,
and
"I'm
this
not
one
trying."
wasn't super great either. So I might take a few weeks to put it out.
Oh,
No, but
jeez.
it's great, man. And you've done a lot. You've done a lot for Discover Dunwoody. I know you have, and
Cool.
so I appreciate that, man.
You bet, man. Thanks for having me on. It's always a good time to spend with you, and we're going to talk you into running our trolley tour. Everybody, look for that.
Maybe one
You
time.
can-
One time.
Yeah. Hey, that's an idea. We have
My kids would
celebrity
love it.
tour guides.
Yeah, my kids would love it.
All
They
right,
would.
cool.
Really have a good time with that. So, all
All
right. Well, cool.
we'll
Thanks a
talk
lot, Mark.
about that. All righty, man. Peace.